Hey everybody, welcome to Impossible Coin. What are we like? What do they call it? Like man down, Blackhawk down, Chopper lost. Rocky,
Saving Private Tegan.
yeah. Like what are we, Rocky?
Tegan's out of the office. We miss her dearly,
It's true.
but she's at Colossal Con. She's getting colossal and stuff.
No, I'll tell you people like what's actually going on. Truth is, Festival Hardbody was on the show last week.
He was, yeah.
Yep.
For a little bit.
Yep. And Tegan, as she is wont to do, wasn't having any of it and was recounting his appearance to some friends while at an Arby's in Akron. And she absolutely flipped the fuck out. And she just went banana pants, ninja, crazy nuts Gaiden, and just absolutely just started throwing those RB beef and cheddar melts, just like all over the fucking restaurant, just like grabbing armloads of beef and cheddar melts, just like winging them at the patrons and shouting, "Your God is dead."
What? Because Festival Hardbody's alive? Yo, what if Festival Hardbody's the arbiter of end of days? That'd be intense.
So from what I understand, Tegan made bail, but has to like stand before the judge in Akron today. I mean, I know it's weird. We record on Saturdays, so it seems unusual that Tegan has to go to court today. But look, I don't make the fucking rules in Ohio. I just don't. So we wish her the best of luck. We hope she's not convicted. We would like to formally apologize to Arby's. You know, we realize that you have the meats, but we did not anticipate this happening. Man, what a thing.
Fuck it.
Why?
Arby's.
Why did she do that?
Oh man, that sounds fake. Like,
I agree. I mean, Rocky, I agree. It sounds fake, which is kind of why I want to know why she fucking did it.
Man, I don't know. Like, Festival awakened something in her. I don't get it. I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, it's gross.
Seems like an alright guy. I mean, he's weird, but I mean, who isn't? What are we gonna do?
Also, like, somebody asked me earlier this week, like, hey, like, what is Festival doing smoking weed in Arizona?
Mm-hmm.
And, like, to that person, I just want to say, like, look, medical's legal here, and we don't talk about it on the show because it's his fucking business, but Festival's got some shit going on. So, settle down, you know? Like, don't be a monster. Guy's just trying to take care of himself.
He's trying to live
the
life that he can.
Yeah. God. Fucking Arby's. Jesus. They've got the meats.
I don't think we could blame Arby's for this, man.
I mean, do you think she would have done this if she was in a fucking Subway, Rocky?
Actually, it probably would have been worse in the Subway.
Oh, man.
Because, you know, the Arby's sandwiches, they're compact. You can take them anywhere.
Yeah.
So they're really easy to throw. But, like, those subs, like, they are long and, like, flimsy. And, like, they'll just flop everywhere.
Okay. So I would like for this not to turn into a podcast about dongs. And if we're talking about long and flimsy, it seems like where we're heading. So, okay. Rocky, what's been going on with you, man?
Man, I'm just, I've, been trying to plan out my next couple of games. I need to play Dragon Quest XI, because I've never played Dragon Quest XI. I got really excited this week, because I thought it came out on Switch. It did not. It came out on PS4. So, I am working my way through that, well, at least getting to it, because I know, personally, my PS4 is actually just a Windjammers and Monster Hunter World Machine. That is what it's for. That's what I bought it for. And I'm looking forward to it, but I don't know. I just got off Cosmic Star Heroine last week. Like, I just finished it. And I'm actually kicking myself a little bit because I didn't finish it on Steam because I was just like, man, I don't think I have time for another 60-hour RPG on PC right now. And Cosmic Star Heroine I finished in 13 hours. That was it. It was the whole game. And I had no idea.
So, I have a thought
Mm-hmm.
on your Dragon Quest XI needs.
Okay.
What if I told you there are already lots of satisfied people playing Dragon Quest XI in a handheld form factor?
Are you talking about the 3DS?
I am not.
Oh, okay.
The PC version of Dragon Quest XI runs just fine on the GPD Win 2.
I mean, I have two potential consoles. Well, like 1.5 potential consoles I could play Dragon Quest XI on. I don't know about buying a Win right now. I don't know. I'd have to think about it. Because, like... Oh, actually, I lied. I bought my PS4 to play Final Fantasy XIV on it. That's why I bought it. Monster Hunter World was just a bonus. But, man... Also, I've never played a Dragon Quest game, and I feel bad. Because it's just, like, a gap in my experience. Like, I was really proud of myself when I finally got to the Tales series. Like, albeit, like, with Symphonia. But still, like, I've definitely skipped out on Dragon Quest. I haven't played an actual entry of that series, except for that Pokemon clone that they put out 20 years ago or something.
Right.
So, I don't know. I'm going to sit down with it. But
I feel like somewhere Joe Spiro just died, like when you said, and I've never played a Dragon Quest.
Oh, no, I'm going to be breaking hearts this week. It's fine. Like, guys, everybody's got to win. There's a lot of stuff that Rocky actually hasn't played, even though he can play some shit. Like, in addition to never playing a Dragon Quest game, I have actually never beaten a Mega Man game. Like, I've definitely dicked around with Mega Man, and I know there's, like, 14 of them or whatever. But I've never actually played through a single one. Like, not all the way through. Well, no, I did beat Mega Man Zero on the Game Boy Advance sometime in, like, 2003, 2005, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, but, like, outside of that, yeah, I've never actually played through an entire Mega Man game. So I am going to push myself to play through Mega Man 11 because it looks really good. It looks really clean. I mean, there's definitely a lot of bonus like stuff to it. Like they have this gear system where you can like slow-mo stuff, increase the power of your shots, or if you're about to die, do both at the same time. That's kind of cool. I downloaded the demo for Switch, and I've been playing through Blockman. I've been doing normal because I got through about 2/3 of the level on casual mode after my first run. And like the only difference that I'm seeing really is just that they give you more lives to burn, like on various levels. So like on normal mode, you only get 3 lives, like 2 plus 0, and then on casual you get 6. But the game feels good, you know, jumping and shooting. I appreciate like the way that Mega Man levels are designed, where they show you the obstacle that you're going to encounter in a non-threatening context before they actually threaten you with it. And I appreciate that, and it's a very clean like design. So it's like, oh, here's this thing, blocks come down from this area, and then you jump to the next place and it's like, yeah, blocks are coming down, but also like there's an enemy in the way, and then they give you these like sliding platforms, and then it's like, okay, so blocks are coming down, and when you jump you're going to land on a sliding platform, and there's also enemies in the way, and like that like metered escalation of threat is pretty cool in terms of like learning how to play the game. I enjoy it.
I really hope that Mega Man 11 is a good video game. I'm going to wait for some of the early word on it before I take the leap, because Mega Man as a series has been a very uneven experience. I mean, like, there is a lot of fucking Mega Man out there. Like, a lot. And the mainline series, like the games which are just Mega Man, you don't, not your Battle Networks, not your X.
Whoa, you don't have X? Okay, never mind. Fine. Go ahead.
I'm saying that these are all Mega Man games, Rocky. It's just like, like what X is trying to do, what Legends is trying to do, what Battle Network is trying to do, what Star Force is trying to do is all like different. Like the way X feels when he moves versus the way Mega Man feels when he moves is like very, very different. Like, I expect when like Mega Man lands to feel very solid coming down, but I feel like when X lands, he should be looser and feel less solidly grounded when he lands from a jump. Like the tactile sensation of like platform jumping and like the way different characters feel when they jump, I think is something which is like hard to explain to people unless they're like super into platformers. Like if somebody ever handed me a Mario game where Mario jumped like Mega Man, I would tell them, I would be like, get fucked, like, what are you doing? Like same goes for like Sonic. Like it's hard to explain to people like how much feel is an important part.
No,
of, like,
I mean, I get that, because like Mega Man, at least outside of X, when you land from a jump, that's like a period, like it's a punctuation. You are going to stop moving once you land from this jump. But Mario, Sonic, and X treat landing like a comma, because you have options outside of the landing so that your movement doesn't actually stop.
Right. Exactly. And the language of level design is very, very specific in the Mega Man series. Lots and lots of like either horizontal or vertical corridors with like limited space, which force you into threatening situations. Lots of isolated small rooms with boss encounters, which are limited to those small spaces. And it's one of those things where I don't know how much fucking around with like Mega Man X you did when that came out. But like one of the first things that like you feel when you're playing Mega Man X is like there's this feeling where you're exploring a level and there's a moment where you're like, oh wow, yeah, like level geography works differently in this game. Like design philosophy is different.
Because like they added the dash and the wall cling, and so those things, so that made like the stages more angular, I guess. And the vertical spaces weren't actually obstacles, but tools for exploration at that point.
Right, and I think it's when you get to Storm Eagle, like when you're exploring like Storm Eagle's stage in Mega Man X, and like his boss area is like this big wide open area which is not confined to like a single small room, and you're like, oh shit, the game has changed. It's a wild feeling. Or the fact that like there are levels in Mega Man X which the design of the level fundamentally changes based on whether or not you've defeated a different Maverick. Yeah, like that's not something that was ever really found in like the mainline series. So like I do not say like Mega Man X is not a mainline game to denigrate it. I say it to like separate the fact that there are different design philosophies at work. Hope that makes sense. And I just feel like in the Mega Man, the mainline Mega Man series, that there has definitely been times where like Mega Man has like gotten lost in the weeds, where the design philosophy has gotten diluted enough, or the people working on Mega Man don't necessarily understand what makes Mega Man good. Like Mega Man 2, 3, and yes, I'm even a defender of 4, are like classic good video games. Like Mega Man 2 is kind of like a pinnacle of design. Like Mega Man 1 is the Assassin's Creed 1 of Mega Man games. But like 2 and 3 are like diamond tier, unassailable. Mega Man 4 is pretty good. And then comes Mega Man 5. Whoa, boy. Yeah, you're like, what the fuck, guys? You pushed this thing out in 10 months, and it shows. And then, like, Mega Man 6 is more of the same. And then, like, it was a while before there was another good Mega Man game. Yeah, because, like, Mega Man 7 is bad. Mega Man 8 is bad. And, like, I never... Like, how did you feel about Mega Man 9 and 10, Rocky?
I don't remember them that much, so I don't treat that as a good sign.
Yeah, like, so, like, Mega Man's 7 and 8 kind of show, like, a growth in presentation. Like, they attempt to use the same design philosophies, but they're, like, Mega Man 7 was for the Super Nintendo, and it looks like a Super Nintendo game. And Mega Man 8 was for, like, you know, PS1 and Saturn, and it looks like a PS1 or Saturn game. Mega Man 9 and 10 came out on the 360, and they look like an NES game, and it feels like very much like retro pastiche. It's like, what are you doing? Like, well, what are you doing here? Like, you don't need to necessarily emulate the appearance of an NES game in order to make a good Mega Man game. So, like, I'm hopeful for that because, like, they're not doing that with Mega Man 11. But, like, I want the running around to feel like Mega Man running around. I want the spaces to seem like Mega Man spaces.
I mean,
there are go ahead.
Yeah, like you should try the demo a bit. Just like put it in your hands.
Okay. Like okay, have you seen a Met yet?
A Met?
Yes. Little dudes wearing hard hats. Okay. Like, I feel like the behavior of those things should be incredibly specific. What did the Met act like a Met? Like, what did it do?
Sat down with his hat on the ground. When you got too close, it stood up and fired like 3 bullets in like a fan, and then it went back down again.
Okay, so it wasn't like walking around being cute or like. Yeah. Okay, all right, good. You know, because like those things are like the fucking, you know, Koopas or Goombas of the Mega Man series, and yeah. And I was like, man, these things are kind of a litmus test. Like, how are the Mets? Like, did you fuck them up? So I'll grab this demo. Like, I would, you know, I want it to be good, Rocky.
It feels good, man.
It to be...
And the Blockman boss looks like great. It's classic Mega Man. It's just like it looks better, you know? Like if I gave that to like, well, not 10-year-old me, but maybe like 10-year-old Steven, because Steven loves Mega Man. And it's just like he's sitting around playing fucking Mega Man 3, I think at the time. And it's just like, yo, this shit is dope. And it's like, yeah, man, but like here's the new one. And it just looks like it's from the 21st century. Like it looks like it's from the future. It's sick. It kind of looks like what I really wanted Mighty Number 9 to be. I'm still mad about Mighty Number 9. They never give me my DS version, which is exactly what I paid for. God damn it. But yeah, Mega Man 11 looks good. I mean, maybe I'll finish it. Maybe I won't. But we'll see.
I am curious how many 3DS people there are out there who pledged to that crowdfunding campaign and just got fucked.
No one got. There is no 3DS version of the game. It doesn't exist.
Exactly. But you never got an email that said, like, hey, we're canceling the 3DS port. Please pick another version.
Yeah, no, that didn't happen. They just gave me a PC version and told me that, like, the 3DS version is, like, on the way indefinitely. Like, I swear, I'm about, like, 2 months away from just, like, putting together a class action suit against whatever the new company is because they didn't give me the shit I paid for.
God, I am still just absolutely aghast at the complete shit show that was the Mighty Number 9 crowdfunding campaign. Like, I will never get over that, like, launch day stream on Twitch where, like, the aggravated Mighty Number 9 developer is just sitting there streaming the game and he goes, well, it's better than nothing. Yeah. Fucking wild, man. Rocky, from what I understand, you've also been murdering community leaders?
So I watched some Team Darkside videos, and they are the people that play nothing but Monster Hunter. Well, no, that's not true. Darkside plays other shit. But they mostly put up, like, videos of, like, crazy stuff. And I posted a video in the chat this week where they did the new event quest Throne Taker, where they kill... what was it? Nergigante, Teostra, and Teostra's lover, Lunastra, all under 5 minutes with a bow. And that shit was actually crazy. Like, I really love it. So I've been working my way back into Charge Bow. I actually made 2 of the bows that they had in the video. And I've been working on that. And Arc-Tempered... what was it? Arc-Tempered Kushala Diora, which is the giant bronze, silver, metal dragon that, like, spits tornadoes at places, has been added to the game. Also, I found a really neat interaction between Kushala and Lunastra, because Lunastra is like a flame, like, chimera. And if it uses, like, a fire blast near one of the Kushala's, like, tornadoes, the tornado will pick up the flames and turn into, like, a giant blue inferno. It's truly terrifying. And so, like, I've been fighting that lately, and I am not at the top of my game. So I'm learning these fights all over again, because I haven't been fighting them recently. But Kushala Daira has, like, a really nice set that comes with Arc-Tempered, which is, like, Kushala Gamma. So I'm grinding my way through that. But the scary thing about Kushala is that the stats that I'm at right now, it can one-shot me, so I'm fighting it for nearly 15-20 minutes at a time, and if I get hit once, I die. And so that's not especially great, but I'm trying to figure it out. I'm really trying to be good at this game. Yeah.
Oh, goodness. Are you still rolling with, like, the same crew that you did your murders with, like, when the game was fresh and young?
Pretty much. I mean, mostly I just play with Brian. The OG Monster Hunter team was, like, Brian and Tony, but Tony's, like, all PC now, and there's no crossplay. Thank you, Sony. And so I don't even know if Tony actually picked up Monster Hunter. I assume that he did, but I don't know for sure. And there was a Lance player that I was running with all the time, but between you and me, like, he plays entirely defensively, which is now more and more effective thanks to Behemoth, but it's just slows down the runs for a lot. But, I mean, slower runs when you can't clear isn't necessarily a bad thing. But he's mostly into Overwatch these days. I haven't talked to him in a while.
So, I don't know about you, but I know a disturbing percentage of people that seem to be being swallowed by Rainbow Six Siege.
Go on.
And it's just like one of these things where, like, and I was talking to a dude, actually. It was like, yeah, man, I haven't seen you on Battle.net in like a couple weeks. Like what kind of Boomsday decks are you rocking? And he's like, I'm not.
All right.
And I'm like, okay, what are you playing? He's like, Siege. And I don't know what the fuck is about this game, because it appears to be like some Invasion of the Body Snatcher shit where people just, once they siege, they don't stop. I don't know, Rocky. I don't know. Like, are we going to be like 4 years from now being like, well, you know, the Legend of Zelda Spirit Tracks 2 came out, but I'm just too busy fucking playing For Honor because the world of the best Ubisoft post-launch support means that the only games anyone plays now are 3 or 4 year old Ubisoft games.
I don't know, man. I mean, Siege is a really good game, and it's actually just getting better. Like, it's a really immersive experience, and it's pretty simple to get into because, like, the core game mechanic is compact and simple, and you just get more deck the way that you play into it. It's not like, well, I mean, there are like operators that'll show up and like hit you with some ridiculous shit, but that's not really gonna bother you that much when you start playing, you know? Like, I mean, the same way like in Fortnite, like, you can die by someone who's surfing on a rocket and then jumps off and shoots you. But more often than not, you're probably going to just be fighting people with shotguns and assault rifles when you start out until you start making it later into the game. But, like, Siege is one of those games that, like, it's simple and it's addictive and it captures your attention. But, I mean, it's not like there's no way out. Like, I mean, my brother played a lot of Siege when it started getting big about 2 years ago, but I don't even think he plays anymore, you know? Like, it's like these Ubisoft games, they're definitely like phases, but like they're cool. Like they do what they're supposed to, and they get bigger if they keep rewarding continued play, which is nice. But I don't know, you might get your friend back soon, man. Just give it some time. Expansion or two.
Okay, all right, because you know the next expansion will be the one where shit really pops off, because the normal ramp in Hearthstone is, you know, with each year, first expansion is, hey, here's some fun cards because we just reset the power curve because a whole bunch of stuff got removed. Second expansion is like, here's a wild new mechanic that's really helpful. And that was the case with Boomsday, with Magnetic. And then the third one is usually like, oh my god, that's the funky shit. And you see the power creep in a big way. So I hope that the next expansion has got some like absolutely wild, super powerful cards. Because that's what I want. I want my Decembers to be marked with overpowered Hearthstone. That's how I know it's Christmas.
All right, man.
Oh, man. Oh, I just got word from Tegan's attorney. She has been put into pretrial deferment. It looks like with 20 hours of community service and 10 bacon and cheddars. I'm sorry, 10 beef and cheddars.
Wait, hold on. In this scenario, Tegan has to give Arby's 10 beef and cheddars?
I don't know how this works, man. Like, do I look like a lawyer? I'm just trying to understand
what you just told me, man.
Okay, all right. 20 hours of community service, 10 beef and cheddars, and then having to stand outside the Arby's for 30 minutes with a sign that says, "We got the meats," and she does not have to go to jail.
I wonder if we can negotiate that into just like a show advertisement. Well, actually, I don't know the Arby's, but I don't know if enough people listen. If more people listen to this show than people walk past that Arby's in 30 minutes. I hope there is, right? That's the dream.
Yeah. I think the big sticking point here, Rocky, is the one that you mentioned, which is that we don't know what they mean by 10 beef and cheddars.
Oh, man.
So,
I hope it's not something weird. But it's Arby's, so it's probably something weird.
Yeah. Crazy business. Man. So, last weekend was All In. And I don't know how aware of it you were, Rocky. I don't know how much of it you kept up with. I don't know your level of engagement or interest in All In.
It seems cool. Like, my wrestling friends are hyped about it.
It was pretty wild, just strictly from a business perspective, because they've started releasing some of the numbers from it. We knew that the Sears Center had at least 10,000 people in it, but the final attendance numbers for the show were 11,263. And the gate for the show was $487,000. The pay-per-view made $1 million on Fight. Pro Wrestling Tees did $500,000 in t-shirt sales that day and the day before. With the promo code for the show. And a associated 3-day long wrestling convention that popped up in Chicago because there were going to be all these people in Chicago called StarCast, which broadcast their events on Fight as well. StarCast made $500,000. So between $1 million on the pay-per-view and $500,000 from the door and $500,000 in t-shirt sales and $500,000 from this in pay-per-views for a wrestling convention. And not even including stuff like the negotiated deals for broadcast on Honor Club or New Japan's streaming services. This thing made a absolute metric shit ton of big boy money. So it kind of shows that there is a large unserved market, which is and that's kind of interesting to me because I look out to large companies which have the kind of available capital to leverage to make a full-on well-funded competitor to WWE, and I'm who out there has the kind of money to say throw at Cody Rhodes and throw at the Young Bucks to be okay, go ahead and do this again on the reg and do a weekly show. And I'm is it going to be Amazon? Is it going to be Netflix? I'm wondering what those guys Tuesday looked like after the holiday weekend. Who were they taking meetings with after this was so successful? Because there were definitely not just a bunch of wrestling pundits writing it up, but there were a bunch of media pundits writing it up, saying no one expected this thing to be anywhere near this big a fucking deal, and it was a big fucking deal. I did not expect this thing to make so much money. Shit, there are boxing pay-per-views that don't bring in $1 million bucks. Yeah. And Fight was just one of 3 channels that that people could get the show on. There were the other 2 ways as well. So I'm interested. I'm kind of curious to see what those guys are going to do, or whether Vince will just throw a bunch of money at them to pull them out of the market. Hey guys, here's a bunch of money to just not do anything. Be under contract for 3 years to essentially sit in an office with a thumb up your butt.
Shit, okay.
I mean, it wouldn't be the first time he's done it, but it was a very good show. There was an especially fantastic match between Hangman Page and Joey Janela, which featured probably one of the best uses of like integrated promotion I've ever seen, where like at one point the fight spills out of the ring, and they pull a cloth off this thing which is near the ring to reveal that it's a Cracker Barrel branded barrel. And so there starts to be like some fighting with the barrel, and at one point Joey Janela throws the barrel at Hangman Page.
It's very Donkey Kong.
And like comment, yes, and in fact, like there is a amazing Donkey Kong themed shirt which is rolling out to commemorate that moment, which like features like Joey Janela portrayed as Donkey Kong, and his like sometimes intergender tag team partner like Penelope Ford as Pauline. So it looks super good. And the commentary was like, "Oh, he's throwing that barrel full of delicious Cracker Barrel at Hangman Page." And I'm like, "Oh, that's super good." At one point, he rolls the barrel at him, and Hangman jumps over, and he's like, "Oh, he jumped over that Cracker Barrel. Once again, thanks to Cracker Barrel for providing all the catering tonight." And I'm like, "All right, that's super good." And there was like this whole ongoing plot on Being the Elite about like Hangman Page killing Joey Ryan by strangling him with a phone cord. But like the power of Joey Ryan's penis brought him back to life.
Right. Fuck.
And so like at the show, like a bunch of like guys dressed up in like giant dick outfits came out doing these like druidic chants. So they were the Dick Druids. And the Dick Druids brought Joey Ryan back to life. And so Joey came out and did his famous penis suplex on Hangman Page. And because of the whole like druid angle and resurrection, there were 11,000 people chanting "Rest in Penis." And it was super good.
Oh man, that's a lot.
Yeah. Which kind of like neatly segues into like how I spent my Friday night. I went to see a local wrestling promotion over on the east side. Party Hard Wrestling. And they had one piece of fly-in talent for their show, which was they brought in Joey Ryan, which was fantastic. So I got to see Joey Ryan do his penis suplex in person. Got to meet Joey Ryan, took a picture with Joey Ryan. And like, I tell you what, like you would not think that a guy who like runs a gimmick where he's like, "I'm the king of sleaze," and he comes out and like, you know, covers himself in baby oil and eats a lollipop and shit, would like drive the ladies crazy. But like the ladies were crazy. Like I have never heard so much like screaming. I was like, Jesus Christ, like am I at like a fucking Michael Bublé concert? Like what the hell is going on here? It feels
like a real Duke Silver type of vibe. I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah. It was a cool thing. It was a good promotion. Fantastic. Like, I want to say like, the type of vibe that you want to see in a place. There was exactly like one major asshole at the event. That one major asshole shouted something that was completely unacceptable. And like, he got 86, like, exactly as quickly as I would want him to be. So that was a good thing to see too. Apparently my wife tried to go to the bathroom during the show, but there were 3 stalls in the bathroom. One had no door. One was covered in like an incredible amount of like unfortunate mess. And this is, again, speaking only to the ladies' room. I can't speak to what the men's room looked like. And then the third stall was unavailable because apparently there was a woman just sitting in that stall doing drugs for like 10 minutes. She arrived in the room and there was somebody who had apparently been sitting in there for several minutes. There was a line out the stall because nobody wanted to use the trouble stall. And then there was the third stall with without a door. And so like Beth and this other woman were like, this is fucking unfortunate. We've been waiting for like over 10 minutes and that one woman has not moved. Like it is evident that there doesn't appear to be any pants down. She's just been sitting in there. What the hell is going on? And there was apparently a red velvet curtain in the bathroom, which sounds like the wildest thing. So they're like, what's back there? They pulled back the red velvet curtain to reveal a secret fourth stall. And so I have so many questions about the secret stall in this fucking nightclub. What the fuck? What the actual fuck? Like, is it, they're like, okay, we're a nightclub and we bring in talent sometimes and that talent has got to poop sometimes. Like, do we create a secret stall so that way, like, when the mountain goats have got to go poop, there's a place they can do so which isn't bad? Like, what is the thinking behind making a secret
really
stall?
Funny if like the woman that was in the third stall was just like a plant, like her job is just like to pretend to like use the bathroom so that stall's occupied, which makes like 3 unoccupable stalls, and then you're supposed to find the fourth one like an escape room, and that's just like their bit. It's a terrible bit, but like that would be funny if that's what they wanted to do. Like that was the plan.
Yeah, like I love it. I want to hear that behind like the mirror over the sinks, that's actually like a one-way mirror, and there's like some guys from fucking Stanford with clipboards.
No, oh no.
Because obviously we know from what was described, there's no actual like shitting going on anywhere that mirror would be facing. Like, just our Stanford goons' job is just like, okay, do they pull back the curtain? Like there's just like a chalkboard that says like gives up in one column, pulls back the curtain in the other column. Like secret fourth stall behind a red velvet curtain. I do not get it. I don't even know. Like it makes me wish I had gone to the men's bathroom so that way I could check to find out if there was also a secret fourth stall in the men's room. Like, are there matching secret stalls? Like, what the fuck? Like, I have never encountered this phenomenon in the bathroom at all, ever. So, like, it just, like, seems like the most mystifying thing to me. Just, like, what the fuck is this? Like, why is this even happening? Why is there the thought experiment toilet? Just
toilet. Damn.
Wild. But yeah, it was a good show. A lot of interesting gimmicks. There was a guy who was like Ray Basura, the trash king.
Sure.
Yeah. And he comes out with his garbage men who were like his royal attendants. He's got a trash scepter and a trash crown. And I'm like, yep, I like this gimmick. This is a good gimmick.
Reminds me of the air conditioner repair school and fucking Community.
Yep. God. Man. Now I'm on the, like, kind of, do you remember when Dan Harmon wasn't bad, sad, like, track?
Oh, man, this ceremony is a lie. And having a room dedicated to it is a waste of valuable floor space. It's like, you are not welcome here. And we rent this room out for yoga on weekends. Like, fuck.
Jesus. Trying to think if there's anything else, especially from the show, of note. the champion of this promotion wears an outfit that kind of looks like a Gen 1 Power Ranger, and his mask is just like a traditional luchador mask. And he's the party ranger. Like lots of sick flips, lots of cool moves, like very high energy, extremely athletic. But I think probably my favorite guy from the show was a dude who came out to a Neil Diamond song. He came out to fucking Sweet Caroline. And he gets in the ring, and his name is Neil Cutter. So he's like, I'm Neil Cutter. But of course he's Neil, and then in quotes, Diamond Cutter. So he's like Neil Diamond Cutter. And the guy was like maybe like 4'11",
Sure.
5 feet. Just like total small package. But this guy was taking bumps like nobody's business. Like this, just absolutely just getting completely just punished. But I've never seen a dude that tiny take so much heat. Just like, man, what the fuck, dude? Like, you were absolutely totally getting punished. It's super cool. So it was just, it was a good vibe. One of the things that made me happiest at the show was like seeing little kids who were so totally over and like giant marks. Like they were like super marked out. Like there was this little like 8-year-old kid who was like sitting like 2 seats up from me, and he didn't understand that like Joey Ryan was the big popular fly-in talent. And so like when Joey Ryan fought Party Ranger, this like little 8-year-old kid is just like standing on his folding chair going, "Boo, Joey Ryan! Boo!" And I'm just like, yeah, Party Ranger's gonna beat you. And I'm like, oh, kid, you're so like you're so super sweet. That same kid did tell a heel 2 matches earlier to suck it, and then did crotch chops. So maybe there's hope for the 8-year-olds in this world. I don't know. Sir, would you like to discuss some news?
Sure, man. Let's do it. Hey guys, so there was a Nintendo Direct scheduled this week, but there was an unscheduled
I don't know why I've never
happenstance.
connected it until now.
6.0 earthquake in Hokkaido. So Nintendo, out of respect, for its country and for the people that clearly need help, they decided to delay their Direct, much to the dismay of some dumbasses on the internet. But we're not going to talk about them. We're not going to give them space. Instead, we have a bit of some other Nintendo-related news that came out. Nintendo's website was accidentally listing the Yoshi Switch game as Yoshi's Crafted World. The game is scheduled to come out in 2009, and on Thursday, after the Direct wasn't... Okay. Sorry, 2019. I missed a 1. I'll do it again. Whatever. Nintendo's website was accidentally listing the Yoshi Switch game as Yoshi's Crafted World. This game is scheduled to come out in 2019, and on Thursday...
Whoa. Just back up there. Scheduled to come out in 2009?
Might also like bar appeared in the title. So, basically, it looks like that this game might be coming a little sooner, but it's also on the website, and it hasn't been officially announced yet. In addition, Pokemon Go players spent an average of $2.5 million per day since the Friends and Trading update came back on June 19th. The app has also seen a 39% increase in spending over the preceding 2-month average. And finally, Famitsu is reporting that Nintendo has sold over 5 million Switch systems in Japan since its launch in March 2017. The total count at the time of this recording was 5,007,368 units in Japan. The top 5 games on the system are number 1, Splatoon 2, number 2, Super Mario Odyssey, number 3, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, number 4, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, and number 5, Kirby Star Allies.
Man. So that's wild. And that's one of those things where, like, I'm sure that, like, people, there's going to be some guys out there, probably the same kind of people who are complaining because of the Direct being delayed because of an earthquake, being like, "What do you mean 5 million? It's not that fucking impressive." It's like the total population of Japan is 127 million. Settle the fuck down. Like, I think when you talk about as a percentage of the population, like, that's real impressive. That kind of like home console penetration in Japan is super hard these days because of how much Japan prefers handheld gaming now. So I wonder if, like, part of, like, the Switch being a hybrid console was just an effort to not lose Japan. Yeah. It's definitely interesting to me. As far as, like, percentage of the population,
right?
Like, North America sales for the Switch are 7.4 million. And that's North America counting both the US and Canadian markets. So as far as, like, penetration of the US population, it's significantly less meaningful. Like, yeah, like you have a much higher chance of just meeting a rando in Japan being like, got a Switch.
I guess, like, you know, Japan's really into kawaii, and, like, if I had to pick a number 5 kawaii game to put on the list,
so good on them.
I guess it fits.
I am impressed by that.
I don't think it's my favorite game on the Switch, but
also
I could see that as a Switch
Japan
game
regarding your top 5 best-selling games. Kirby Star Allies, what the actual fuck?
Well, yeah, it shouldn't. Like, it's a great game, man. You should play it.
Here's what I know. I know that Mario Kart 8 will never die. I have it. I've bought it twice. Because I bought it for my fucking Wii U. I just wonder if, like, Mario Kart 8 has the power of being Nintendo's Skyrim. Like, I want the next Nintendo console to come out, 5 to 6 years from now, and, like, we get Big Reggie Fils-Aimé out there on a stage with Todd Howard being like, check it out, you can now play Mario Kart 8 on your Alexa. It's going to be incredible. I'm just messing Oh yeah. So while the Switch has life, the PS2 has death, Rocky. God, longer than that. Yeah. So the PS2 is finally dead. And, like, I'm sure that there is like one or two members of our audience who are like, what? Finally dead? I thought it's been dead for a while. No, actually not. So when the PS2 went out of production in 2012, and even then, like, it had been in production for fucking ever. Because I believe it hit the Japanese market in 2000. So, like, yeah, so it was, like, actively in production for 12 years. Sony Japan has continued to offer repairs and service for PS2s since 2012. They recently announced, though, that they were discontinuing service aftercare for the PS2. The news came via a press release, which was translated by Kotaku, which asked PS2 users in Japan to fill out an online form. The form would grant them one final repair for their PS2s before the aftercare service stopped accepting new consoles on September the 7th. PlayStation 2s that make it to the PlayStation Clinic Center before the deadline will be given one last touch-up, after which official PS2 repairs by Sony will no longer be available. The Sony Japan aftercare market has been the last vestige of life for the PS2. Mm-hmm. So, man, like, it... I mean, this felt like a story, non-story, but just, it hadn't occurred to me that Sony would still be continuing to offer, like, PS2 related services after they had discontinued sales of the console 6 years ago. But, man, like, I think when we talk about, like, the all-time Hall of Fame really for market importance and cultural impact for video game consoles.
But I mean,
there might possibly be an argument for the PS2 being a bigger deal than the NES.
PS2s even after they stopped selling them.
Yeah,
I kind of like just imagine like grizzled people in like.
Do you have any feels? Does this give you any feels, Rocky?
PS2s. And the PS3 guys or like the PS4 guys, they'll like walk past them or whatever. It's like, yeah, I work on PS2s. What? Like, they're still coming in. What are you bothering me for? And like, I don't know what they're gonna do now. Maybe they like retool or something, or maybe like they're just generalized repair people. But that doesn't sound right to me. Like, if it's like PS2 aftercare, they probably have specialists. Why?
I want to know that all the people who were working on PS2s are now going to be repairing those Aibo toy dogs. Because when I think about shit that, like, Sony did years ago, which still has like a dedicated niche market who are, demanding, current services. The Aibo springs to mind. Like, I remember when, Swery got his Aibo like a year ago. His Twitter was just rotten with like Aibo video and Aibo photos for like 6 months, like he had actually gotten a fucking dog. So yes, I want the PS2 guys repairing fake robot dogs. Just, that's my dream. So what are your top 3 don't sleep on this hidden gems for the PS2? Like shit that when you think PS2, you're like, I think this on PS2 before I think of like some of the more like commonly loved like really nostalgia fest. Like obviously some people out there are gonna be like, oh man, Final Fantasy X, I can't live without that laugh, or Fantasy. Like they're
Final Fantasy 11
Persona 4, but like PS4 what are your
bit, right? Wasn't it?
Your top 3 PS4 hidden gems, the
that
things
cool. that Ninja Shadow
Rocky
would
dope. Try and convince people to play on the PS2.
But like those servers are dead. Like you can't play that anymore. Was Echo the Dolphin PS2 or was that PS1? Okay. Right. Okay.
Um,
Yeah. So there was that. That was cool. It
gosh,
was
like
weird.
I
It
don't
was
know enough
cool.
about the latter history
There
of that
was this one
series because
game.
all the
I think it was
fucking
called
around with Echo the
Chulip.
Dolphin that
It's like
I did on a
CHULIP,
Sega Genesis.
and it kind
Um,
of played
so that
like
would have
a
been Echo the
weird
Dolphin,
Persona-like.
Defender of the
But the deal is
Future.
that like you're just some random kid that's like
Yes,
dropped
which
into
was
this
released on
town,
PS2.
but you didn't have like an RPG mechanic. It was basically like the walking around social aspects of like Persona, where you had to walk around and talk to these people. But the thing is that like the whole town was like weirdly threatening. Like there was like a doctor that like didn't take patients, but if you saw him in the middle of the night, you could see him like roaming the streets, and if you talked to him, and I don't even think you had to do anything specific, but like you talked to him, he looked like particularly menacing. He would like inject you with something and you die and you have to start over. Yeah, that game was weird, but it was cool. That was on PS2. I played a lot of DDR on PS2. Yeah, no, dude, it was super weird. It was a great afternoon that we did. Damn, what else did we play on PS2? I mean, there was
Jesus.
Kingdom Hearts. Like I remember using it for that.
I'm looking at this Chulip now, and it looks so wild.
Legend of Dragoon? No, that was PS1. Damn it. All my Sony shit's just like mixed up. I'm not really sure what else I played on PS2 like anymore. I'd have to go through like the old collection. What about you, Brian? It's the weird shit. Hmm.
Um, I strongly recommend people play um, The Mark of Cree, which is this game that like all the animation in it kind of looks like a Don Bluth movie, but you're like this total like badass barbarian. And the way you hit people in the game is that when you walk into a combat situation, you rotate your right analog stick in a circle, or just doing like little cross sections. Like, okay, I'll do you over here, then I'll do over here, then I'll do over here. And as you swing it, it will assign attacks to the various face buttons on the PS2 controller. So it treats your right analog stick like a clock, and then puts the positions of the clock as the same buttons on the stick. So if you like swing down on the right stick, it'll assign X. So like if there's a guy standing behind you and you swing the right thumbstick back, it'll then assign attacking that guy to X. So, like, the trade-off that the game had in combat was that the less guys that you assign to automatic attacks, the more complicated attacks you could do. So you could be like, okay, you don't have any guys who are tied to one-button attacks, so you can do a whole bunch of, like, complicated attacks, but the guys are strong and deal a lot of damage. So it is helpful to have like your enemies tied to like single button attacks.
Move the right
but so it was like this incredible like trade off in the combat, like risk reward. Like, do you with every combat situation, do I want to assign these guys to buttons so that way they're easier to manage in groups, or do I want to assign none of them to buttons so that way I can potentially deal more damage and do bigger attacks?
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
So you do one then the other. So you're swinging the right thumbstick once at the beginning of the fight, to assign buttons. And then once the buttons are assigned, those are how you're attacking dudes. Yeah. It was a weird game. I probably would also say
Mr. Mosquito was on PS2. See, I was mixing that up. I couldn't remember if it was PS2 or PS1.
Mad Maestro? Which was this like totally cute rhythm game that was done with classical music, where you were a conductor. And Mr. Mosquito.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Mr. Mosquito is criminally underrated, and I keep on waiting for like a true spiritual successor to Mr. Mosquito. I fucking loved that game.
Mm-hmm.
But there was some weird shit on that console. Like I liked the PS2 because it was still just cheap enough to develop for that people would make weird shit for it. But offered just enough fidelity that it offered some really interesting possibilities on the execution of those weird ideas. So it's like someone could still conceivably have a weird idea and then afford to deliver on it. And so like if you have a weird idea now, you're probably going to have to execute it as a much lower dollar indie game.
I just want Opera to be real.
PS2,
that still hasn't happened.
We were getting so many like high dollar, expensive, strange games, and I'm not sure we'll ever see that period again in like mainstream game development.
They had a character who's like trying to be a pro like FPS shooter, but they were like secretly really into rhythm games. Like they had a DDR clone, and then they had another like game which is like Parappa the Rapper, but you had to sing like opera tunes, and it was super goofy, and I loved it. I wish that game was real, but like I guess like the microphone technology or like the voice recognition technology isn't sophisticated enough to really like process opera sounds in a meaningful way.
Yeah. Now I'm just in this mental rabbit hole of strange games on the PS2, being like, and remember the Gregory Horror Show or Gungrave? God,
yeah.
There were so many like disaster games on that console too, like games where it's like, there's been a flood, escape Tokyo, or there's been an earthquake, escape Tokyo. Mm-hmm. Like the disaster simulators where it was just like you're doing an escape after a disaster was such a strange, fun subgenre that really thrived during that era. Which is why I kind of want that like recent kaiju disaster simulator that came out in Japan to come out here, where it's like Godzilla is attacking Escape Tokyo.
To the show, Doc.
Because that sounds like a lot of fun, and it's right up my alley. And it's been a while since we've had one of those. I've resisted importing it because like I think that's something which is really going to benefit from me to understand what the fuck is going on.
Kingdoms of Amalur is going to come back thanks to THQ Nordic.
What else is going on, Rocky?
The company announced that it has acquired the Kingdoms of Amalur IP from 38 Studios. The only game using the IP was released in 2012. Details on what is to come from THQ Nordic and the Kingdoms of Amalur IP are yet to be revealed, but the publisher has retooled numerous older games for current-gen platforms. Most recently, Red Faction Guerrilla Remastered? Why? Okay. Red Faction Guerrilla Remastered, an HD version of the older Xbox 360/PS3 game from 2009. released on PS4, Xbox One, and PC in July of 2018. In August, THQ Nordic announced that it had acquired the Time Splitters IP. Released in 2012 by Electronic Arts, Kingdoms of Amalur: Reckoning was developed by Big Huge Games and 38 Studios. Although the RPG received pretty excellent reviews, it averages 80 to 81 on Metacritic, 38 Studios filed for bankruptcy shortly after its release and a planned sequel was scrapped. THQ Nordic will share more info on its plans for the Kingdoms of Amalur IP in the future. Okay. Mm-hmm.
I'm actually pretty excited for this. THQ Nordic has done a pretty good job of making sure that IP that everyone just assumed was dead comes back and doing so with the people who were originally developing it. Like, they're the ones that are publishing Darksiders 3 in November, from the original development group. And, like, I always feel like I missed something by not playing Kingdoms of Amalur. It was, like, such a wild dream team that worked on that game. Like, a totally rockin' bunch of people worked on that. Like, Ken Ralston was on it. They brought in, like, R.A. Salvatore to do writing for it. The music was by Grant Kirkhope. And I've heard that it's, like, some of the best writing in an RPG in, like, the last, 10, 15 years. I'm like, man, I feel like I really missed out on something. And because of the bullshit with, like, 38 Studios and the bankruptcy and all the money that 38 Studios owed to the state of Rhode Island, like, it never ended up on Xbox backward compatibility, like the original game. So, like, I suspect I'll actually get a chance to play this game now. Right. And that's to say nothing if they don't do something like, more ambitious, like a remaster of the first game. And the terms of the sale include all of the assets for the sequel that was getting worked on that got canceled. And even if they don't use any of the visual assets, that means that they now have, like, all of the writing and stuff and any audio that had been recorded. So I feel like this is a smart buy. They have been like the little publisher that could, making moves over the last year. So,
well, yeah, when does BioWare?
I'm curious to see, like, what's going on.
Okay.
Because there's, like, so many, like, littler games that they've been working on, that have got, like, buzz around it. Like Biomutant and Darksiders 3 and gosh. So I think it's Q1 next year. Yep. And so, Rocky, I would like to festoon upon you some Valve news. All right. Valve's new Steam content filters are here. Yes. So the new set of tools that Steam users have to ignore individual developers, individual publishers, and curators has been rolled out. This news is notable for consumers and developers because, as we have covered previously on the show, Valve had been previously kind of arbitrarily holding back certain adult titles because they're like, we're not going to put this up on the store until the filters are out. So even though, like, there have been, like, tons of, like, hentai fuck puzzles coming out on Steam constantly. There were other developers who were being told, wait, your game isn't going to come out yet because we're waiting for these filters to roll out. Notably, the company has also implemented a third set of changes that grant more control over mature content. Steam already let people filter out games filter out titles that contain frequent violence or gore or nudity sexual content, but now Valve has added 2 more options in containing, mature content, be it sexual or violent. And Valve is now requiring developers of games that feature violent or sexual content to describe the specific nature of that content, to have that integrated into the description on the page. So that way you buy a game, you kind of know what you're getting in for. So hopefully what that'll do is lead to less creepy incest games showing up on Steam.
There's a general mature content filter.
Any thoughts, Rocky? Like, at this point, like, the way I feel about, like, all Valve stuff is just,
it's gonna require,
I'll believe it when I see it, and I still think that they need human curation, and this just sounds like robots doing bullshit. But, I don't know. Do you feel like it could be any better than that? Or
what I expected they were going to do anyways. So, I mean, like, basically, because what they did is that they gave the tools that they should be using with, like, new people to curate their store, and just gave it to the consumer, which is lame. So, yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So there you have it, Steam. We'll believe it when we see it. Put away the knives. Give us real curation. Which I think feeds directly into, here's what came out on Steam today. 79 games came out on Steam yesterday. And so far today, we have 6 games. Let's see here. No, I'm sorry. It looks like 7. A game came out while we were recording. First up is Mushroom Rain. It is 64 cents. Mushroom Rain is a game in the style of Clicker. In the woods, a rainy weather. In the woods, in rainy weather, very well, the mushrooms grow.
Well, clearly we
but as we know, mushrooms are edible and poisonous. Therefore, you have within 1 minute to collect as many edible mushrooms. What is that? What the fuck? Key features. This game doesn't teach bad.
Feature, dude. It's one of its key features. It doesn't teach bad. Sure, man. All right. Does it now? Okay.
This game doesn't teach bad? You'll always know that the fly agaric are not for eating. Develops quick thinking. Nice graphics design. The game round lasts only 1 minute.
No.
You'll always know that the fly agaric are not for eating.
Didn't they just roll this shit out? I told you. Dude, okay. No. I think we might end up with a higher ratio today because we only have 7 games. We're already at 1 out of 7.
Well, why spend 64 cents when I can spend 59 cents on Hentai IQ Puzzle?
Game?
Actual title. Yep. Hentai IQ Puzzle, a logical game in which your task is to collect pictures and open the pictures.
Help them. Nobody help them.
Due to Steam rules, trading cards are not allowed at moment of release. However, together we are able to fix it. In order for cards to be added, the game has to have a certain amount of reviews, 300 to 350. So we are waiting for your help. There are, looks like, 2 total reviews. Yeah. And I'm going to turn off the helpfulness beta. Excellent. So it looks like both reviews are in Cyrillic. Time to open Google Translate. We do the hard work for you here on this show. All right. The first review reads, 20 simple puzzles. You can take a discount.
Oh my God.
And the second review.
Okay.
Thank you. For the hand is already tired, but continue to kick. All right.
Amazing.
Thanks, Cyrillic Review.
Oh my God.
Next up is Royal Alchemist Demo. And what is Royal Alchemist Demo? Apparently it's already been pulled from the store because when I attempt to click the title, it just cycles me back to the main splash page for Steam. Yep. Next up is Don't Touch Me. Don't Touch Me is a fast-paced third-person experience where the goal is to not get touched by any zombies while also navigating numerous fun maps with zombies coming your way. The game is split with 6 survival maps and an arena mode, split-screen multiplayer, online leaderboards, and so. There's nothing after that so, it just says and so. Made by a solo dev, Don't Touch Me is a fast-paced, blah, 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 blah. For player 2, just connect a controller. So this looks like some pre-built assets from the Unity store. Nice. That's $3.99. Next up is She is Mermaid. For $9.34. She is Mermaid is a visual novel game developed jointly by a Japanese and Korean team. After having been regarded highly amongst PC players, the PC version is finally here, centered on legends and stories of mermaids. Experience an amazing summer vacation with lovely mermaids now. So this looks like it is a visual novel, which is about fucking.
So we're at 3 of 7
so
right
if
now, right?
The thought of
right?
being horny with a mermaid,
like hentai games,
has been your dream.
Well, no, the one that got pulled.
She is Mermaid is here for you. You may want to be cautious because the game does say English language not supported, and in all the screenshots in this visual novel, there is no English.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Jesus.
For what are we counting? I thought it was just 2. Okay. Next up is Cat Warfare. Cat Warfare is an old-school arena FPS where you play as a cat. You must fight your way to victory and win no matter the cost. It is $4.99. It is in early access. And it does appear to be a fucking first-person shooter where you are a cat. Let's see here. One review. A fantastically different take on arena shooter with cats, although it is a work in progress. This game has a promising future. All right. Let's look at our last title. Enter the Moon. Explore the moon in breathtaking real-time 3D. Explore the geological aspects. Battle against spaceships or a secret lunar base. Enter the ISS.
Oh my god, are you kidding?
Measure the moon.
Why?
And get in
Why
the
is it
cockpit.
$22?
This appears to just be like a 3D rendering of the moon that you can mouse explore with.
Rules.
Yeah, there doesn't really appear to be much going on here. For $22.49. I'm not. You know, Rocky, I don't make the rules. I just live by them.
Sure. But first,
You
I gotta highlight that
we can't all be
the
rule
week
breakers
that
like Tegan.
Steam put out their curation tools. The titty game ratio went up from 1 in 8.
Enter the Moon. I do not
3 and
choose
7.
So that is all that came out on Steam today.
Steam?
Rocky, do you want to tell the nice people how they can engage with our content?
Okay, well, anyhow, guys, if you liked our content, or if you don't, please let us know. Our favorite ways to receive that information is in the form of reviews on iTunes, Google Play, and Stitcher. And, you know, as an added bonus, if you leave your review on iTunes, Brian owes you a biscuit. That's just how that works. Yes.
The titties have been unleashed,
Okay.
Rocky.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
Rocky, I have figured out how I'm going to implement this biscuit thing. Okay. So, obviously, the logistics of mailing someone a buttered biscuit, a buttered biscuit, are just not plausible. You know, as we previously discussed in the show. So, what I've decided I'm going to do is I'm going to engage a high-quality bumper sticker studio which allows for single ad hoc orders, and I'm going to create a sticker that says a buttered biscuit, impossible coin, and I'm then not going to make these stickers available for purchase anywhere. So the only way you can get the buttered biscuit sticker to show your support for Impossible Coin is to do this. It seems to be a way to create something that could be easily put in the mail for our diehard fans who make the ultimate sacrifice and leave an iTunes review. Wait a minute, you know, I believe that making the ultimate sacrifice is actually supposed to be die during the war, not leaving a review on iTunes. But I mean, they're pretty close to the same thing. But if you do make the ultimate sacrifice and leave an iTunes review, please get in touch with us via a channel where, like,
SoundCloud at
I can
soundcloud.com/Big
send you something, because I will then send you this bumper sticker, which cannot be
purchased. We still have a Discord. We still stream sometimes on Mondays and Fridays. Brian's going to try to come for Mondays. I'm going to try to make sure that doesn't happen.
Rocky, continue.
I love you guys, and I love Monster Hunter. But otherwise, it's us. It's Impossible Coin. Hey.
Peace.
Later.
It's official. You suck.